I don't know what my son was. Hey, look, Tim at least still make a show and check. So, you know what? I my heart.
I call this meeting to order. Hello, Council. As we always do, would everybody rise, remove your hats, and I'm going to ask Brother Paul Powell to lead us in prayer. First and foremost, thank you, Brother Powell.
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, come forth to us now. We ask forgiveness for our sins. We ask that you be with us here tonight and make the right decision to help our county go in the right direction. And we ask your guidance, Lord, in everything that we do. Lead, guide, and direct us each day that we might walk closer to thee. These things we ask in our humble name. Amen.
Amen. I'm going to ask that retired Air Force military guy from the 9th District, Mr. Jimmy Lopez, to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Lopez.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Had the opportunity to meet Mr. Lopez in the last week or two and really enjoyed it, Jimmy, you coming in and sharing your thoughts and bringing your talents to our county. We appreciate it. Appreciate you showing up tonight. You've got a horde of folks behind you need to meet, including the new sheriff. I hope you don't need him, but he's and the road guys back there. Anyway, welcome everybody to the regular quarterly meeting that we have here tonight. We welcome Bledsoe Telephone, or BTC Fiber. I'm still saying that, Ethan. But welcome those guys here who are helping us out tonight. So, okay, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Chester Shell.
Yes.
Gary Williams.
Here.
Brian Ruling.
Here.
Bobby Sherman.
Here.
James Freeland.
Here.
Bill Hatfield.
Here.
Joel Johnson. Here. Ronnie Land.
Here.
Jeff Gardner.
Here.
Paul Powell.
Here.
David Cartwright.
Here.
June Dishman. Here. Frank Silver.
Here.
Clint Hoop.
Here.
David Hudson.
Here.
Tommy Johnson.
Here.
Tom Nero. Jeff Mack.
Here.
We have a quorum. Okay. Okay, in your package, you should have received the minutes from the June 30th, 2022 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve said minutes.
Motion. Second.
Okay, Gary and J Mac. Have a motion is second. Any questions, deletions, additions, corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise. Said motion hereby passes. Okay, as part of the minutes, I would like to present the annual and the quarterly receipts, disbursements, and balance sheets from the trustee's office, Madam Clerk. The cash flow analysis, which is in our budget, that will be included in the budget that they vote on. That'll be an annual cash flow. Also, the school's cash flow is in there as well. Sherry, I saw you walk in. Good to see you. Okay, Mr. Eric with the Highway Department, please come forward, sir, and give us the good news.
Watch out for that pothole.
Yeah, we got a lot of them. Every time it rains, we have to do trees, and then when we get to doing them, it rains again. Well, I don't have a lot to say. We've just been working on trees and storm damage and stuff like that, and we do potholes every chance we get when the weather permits. But other than that, I mean, if y'all got any questions, I don't have much tonight.
Any questions for Mr. Higgins?
Keep up the good work.
We appreciate you, Eric. Thank you. You did a good job.
Jeff Mackey's over there laughing at me. I don't know what's wrong.
Hey, you're easy to laugh at.
Thank you.
You do a good job.
Sheriff Swatter is not here, but I see the new sheriff walked in. Sheriff, good seeing you tonight, or Sheriff-elect. So we will be speaking with you in the following meetings, certainly. And I think you've brought some suspicious character with you there, but we look forward to seeing him as well. Okay, Sarai, you want to come forward with the schools?
I'm waiting for the joke.
Give me time, give me time.
Probably won't be hard. Good evening, just happy to answer any questions as always. Very soon, school will be in session. August 1st will be our start date for our kiddos. I was just thinking, I think we have 2 teacher vacancies and some candidates, so very soon I'll be glad to say that we are fully staffed and ready for the year. I think we're well prepared, as you can be. I anticipate a slight increase in enrollment. We'll see how kindergarten numbers come in, people returning to school. But otherwise, I think we're as ready as you absolutely can be. It's a hectic first few weeks, as it always is. We call it controlled chaos on the school campus. You know, there's a lot of business happening just there on campus. So if the community will just be patient with us as we get the traffic flow under control and all the children learn the ins and outs and get into their classrooms, but it will smooth out after the first few weeks, I'm confident.
What is the actual first date?
August 1st for students.
Sarai,
Yes, sir.
in lieu of all the security threats in the school systems that we all see, you feel secure that everything is taken care of, precautionary that you need, you feel comfortable about it?
I'm safe enough that I send my own child there. I'll tell you that. But I don't know, we did put down a security video. I don't know if any of you all were able to see that, just a 3-minute little glimpse into a lot of the measures that we have in place, because I think we have a lot of things that people aren't even aware of. And I'm proud to say that Sheriff-elect and I have already met and already have a working relationship started, and it is absolutely our priority to protect our students and staff.
Does the door is locked?
Yes, sir.
Go down there and try to get in.
I started just trying to get in.
Sarai, now, we had a little hiccup in the SROs. That's been filled, everything. I know we signed a contract the other day. but-
We did, and we still have an officer assigned to each school, so
Okay,
that's a
great.
blessing, yeah.
Any other questions for Sarai? Thank you very much.
It's gonna be a good year.
Appreciate it. Robin, I see you back there with the library. Would you come forward, please? We're excited to have Robin on board. She's following 60 years of Betty Worley, and that's big shoes to fill, but she's doing a splendid job.
Oh, thank you. Never would be able to fill those shoes, but the library is now completely open, no COVID restrictions. We have the genealogy room open on Wednesdays now, so the public is now being able to use that room. Summer reading program went wonderful. We had 283 children participate in all of our programs for the summer. We're going to continue all those classes from infant to 12 years old through the fall to Christmas. In the evenings, we're open on Monday evenings for our middle school age groups now. Starting in August, we'll be starting baby to 3 years old on Mondays. Tuesdays will be a kindergarten readiness program. We're just having children who are going into kindergarten come and just be able to sit on their name and sing songs and that kind of stuff. And then we'll always have preschool story hour on Friday mornings. So I would invite any of our commissioners to come and read to the children. They would love that. And then I speak to Betty every day. She says that she's doing wonderful now at retirement and getting used to staying home. She's been at the library a few times, loves what's happening there, and says that she will be back to read to the children during story hours. So we're excited for that.
Any questions for Robin? All right, thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Sheldon, I see you back in the back. Anything from Ag?
Yes. We're actually wrapping up our camping season. Sent two and Miss Dusty off to Martin this morning for a senior high 4-H event. But we've had 4 camps that we've had 4-Hers at this summer. First time we've actually had overnight in-person camps in a couple of years. So we're kind of excited to get back to, I don't know, excited's the right word after spending a week at camp in June, 1st of July, but certainly glad to be back and looking forward for the new school year.
We're excited. Thank you,
Yes, we
Sheldon.
are too.
We appreciate it. Brian, anything from EMA? J-Mac, anything going on there?
Nope. Moving forward, everything is swimmingly.
Counselor, I know we are trying to perfect the acquisition of the property out on Window Rock Road. We've not done that yet. Now, we have closed our end of it, but Jennifer's got some work to do, I guess, relative to some surveying and different thing, whatever. But we'll get to that. But the money has been funded. And anyway, but she'll take it from here, so.
Yeah, we're just waiting on legal description. As most of you know, the surveying is very, very backed up, and we needed a legal description. They didn't want to use the plat, so it's going to take a week or so, a couple weeks. So.
Very good. Okay, I can speak for the audit committee. We did not meet. Sherry is here, I know, but Tom's out. We have auditors with us currently. They're trying to wrap things up, but they're here about every day. So nothing really to report on. They kind of hold their cards close to the vest until they report to us. Don't have anything yet, but it's going well. So we are up near the top and getting done early this year. We're excited about that. Anything to add to that, Sherry? No, we're good. Thank you. Okay, any report from the Industrial Development Board? Anyone here from the IDB for the county? See anyone? Okay, moving over. Donnie, I see you sitting over there hiding. Anything from the constable end? Anything to report on the constable end of things?
No, just the election coming up, and I hope everybody gets what they want, so.
All right. Donnie's been at this a day or two after the military, and so we appreciate your service, sir. Anybody here from Puckett? The chamber. I see Dr. Pickett in the audience. Dr. Pickett, give us an upbeat on upspeed on Valley Fest, sir, and other county activities. I know the fair is coming up in August, so big hit at E-Hall. Winston is our county coordinator with special events, activities. So, Doctor.
Thank you. In spite of the weather, we had a very successful 3-day event for Valley Fest. I know many of you there. I hope we can continue the veterans group. Freedom Sings was with us, so the Charlie Daniels Band was a big hit. If the weather would just cooperate, I think it would have been outstanding, because we had lots of things planned that didn't happen on that Friday. So maybe we could put that in play next year and get better weather. I will say that there's quite a bit happened since I've been able to share with some things with you. Miss Beth Jones in Developmental District brought a gentleman over back in the fall, and we toured, and he liked what he saw. He was looking to place some help in the community. He liked what we had on the board and gave us $400,000 to do some things. We finished the pavilion, we air conditioned, we've paved around it, we built the stage. We're working, in fact today, I forgot Bruce to prove it, on the trestle to put up a cover that will be Coops Creek Railroad. Believe it or not, it was built in 1888. And we plan to put that up there as a piece of history. So we got quite a bit going on. Thanks to all of our donors, we're able to have free admission. We hope to continue that. And Mr. Ron, one of our board members, anything else I need to share, Ron, that I forgot? I think I got it. Any questions? First weekend in May for the next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pickett. We appreciate it. Okay, Mayor Huth, give us this 411 on the 4th of July. So.
It went well. Glad it's over.
Straight to the point.
I think we had a good turnout for the parade. The events at Harris Park, typically we all know what the norm is after the parade. Everyone starts to go to over to Harris Park. To me, personally, looking out at that crowd, I thought it was probably one of the biggest I've ever seen for that crowd right after the parade. And then we had the music that night. Everything went good. Fireworks went good. No issues, no problems. I don't even know if the police department or sheriff's office had to get on to anybody. If they did, I hadn't heard anything. So it looked like it was a very big success.
Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate it. One point of order, I did not, and Charlotte just reminded me, and I have them here, the yearly financial reports from the trustee, which we've done that, the Chancery Court, the Register of Deeds, and the county clerk. So we'll make that part of the minutes as well. Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, any other reporting? Counselor, anything from legal? Nothing. Have I left anyone out? Tribune? Everything's running smooth at the Tribune.
I can
I'm sorry, yes.
I can briefly tell you about our Industrial Development Board meeting. If you don't mind, I'll do it from right here. I think you can hear me. We met on June the 14th for our annual meeting, and our bylaws, we're supposed to have one once a year, and that is to elect our officers. Our officers stay the same. Miss Pam Mooneyhan will continue as chairman, Dale Bright as chairman pro tem, and J.P. Cooley is our secretary treasurer. I'm assistant secretary, and then of course we have our 3 members at large. The main point of business that we took care of is we agreed to the final draft of our lease with All Naturals Manufacturing on our building over here on Industrial Park Road. That lease was executed, the contract was executed back the 1st of July, first week of July, so it is in effect now, and we look forward to seeing them grow. So, any questions, be happy to take them.
Andrew, I'm sorry I overlooked you. I just did. I apologize. But, thank you for that excellent report. The IDB is working hard. I know a lot of folks in town looking for buildings and there are places to set up shop, and we're glad we've got the Industrial Development Board to facilitate us, to represent us. Okay, Mr. Barger.
Yes.
You are up next, sir. If you will come forward, you're going to be there for a while, and we will give us some of the highlights on the budget and the resolution forthcoming. So,
all right. I don't even know if this is working, but y'all can hear me, I'm sure. Yeah. So everyone should have a copy of the resolutions. We passed out the budget in our June meeting, and we ran the appropriate days, a 10-day waiting period, and all that good stuff to ensure that any questions or anything would arise would come up then. The budget committee did meet at 6 o'clock this evening to go over just a few little things. And before we get into the budget, there was one item that the budget committee took up, and this came as a recommendation, as a motion from the budget committee to amend the Sequatchie County purchasing policy amendment, exempted purchase orders. Everyone should have had a copy of this list of purchase orders or exemptions from purchase orders. A lot of these things was already on the list, like utilities, telephones, cellular phones, postage and shipping, travel reimbursements, stuff like that. The main change was on item 14, purchases less than $250. That was at only $100, but that's been increased to $250. And then fuel and fuel products was added due to the cost of fuel nowadays. But this was a recommendation from the Budget Committee to accept this amendment.
You've heard the motion. Do I hear a second? I've got a second from Mr. Shell. Now, let me make one comment. Councilor Austin and myself reviewed this prior to the meeting tonight, prior to the Budget Committee meeting. And Jennifer, you have no issues with this amendment?
That's correct.
That's correct. Any comments, questions regarding this, the purchasing policy? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, I want to do a roll call on this, please, ma'am.
Chester Shell. Gary Williams.
Yes.
Rod Ruling.
Yes.
Bobby Sherman.
Yes.
James Freeland.
Yes.
Bill Hatfield.
Yes.
Doris Dodson.
Yes.
Ronnie Land.
Yes.
Jeff Gardner.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
David Cartwright.
Yes.
Jim Dishman.
Yes.
Frank Silver.
Yes.
Clint Hood.
Yes.
David Hudson.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
Jeff Matthews.
Yes.
Okay, the motion hereby passes. Mr. Chairman?
All right. Next items that the Budget Committee discussed, as I mentioned earlier, everyone has already gotten a copy of the 22-23 budget, and this came, we'll just go through them one at a time. The first resolution 769, appropriations for various funds. This was a recommendation from the Budget Committee to adopt.
You've heard the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Ronnie Land. I can't hear well, but I did see the hand. I appreciate the hand up. Any questions, comments? Let me make one. There were 4 typos in the resolution that was mailed to you. They have been corrected. So, minute thing, Gary Williams, I appreciate the oversight. I appreciate that. And Jennifer agreed. So they have been corrected as presented. So there's no need to waive the 5-day rule or anything on this. This is just as presented. So we have a motion and a second. Any further questions? Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell.
Yes.
Gary Williams.
Yes.
Brian Ruling.
Yes.
Bobby Sherman.
Yes.
James Freeland.
Yes.
Bill Hatfield.
Yes.
Doris Dodson.
Yes.
Ronnie Land.
Yes.
Jeff Gardner.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
David Cartwright.
Yes.
Jim Dishman.
Yes.
Frank Silver.
Yes.
Clint Hood.
Yes.
David Hudson.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
Jeff Matthews.
Yes.
Resolution 769 hereby passes. Chairman Barger.
All right. Resolution 770, the tax levy. This was came out as a motion out of the Budget Committee to accept this resolution.
You've heard the motion. I have a second from Mr. Paul Powell. Any comments?
The only one thing I would say is the tax rate is the same as last year. No new taxing.
Very good. Very good. Very, very good. Good job. Madam Clerk?
Don't read my lips. It is no new tax.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell.
Yes.
Gary Williams.
Yes, ma'am.
Brian Ruling.
Yes.
Bobby Sherman.
Yes.
James Freeland.
Yes.
Bill Hatfield.
Yes.
Doris Dodson.
Yes.
Ronnie Land.
Yes.
Jeff Gardner.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
David Cartwright.
Yes.
Jim Dishman.
Yes.
Frank Silver.
Yes.
Clint Hood.
Yes.
David Hudson.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
And Jeff Matthews.
Yes.
Resolution 770 hereby passes. Chairman Barger.
All right. Resolution 771. This is making appropriation to nonprofit charitable organizations of Sequatchie County for the fiscal year 22-23. This came as a motion from the Budget Committee to accept this resolution.
You've heard the motion. Do I have a second? I have a second from Mr. Tommy Johnson. Any questions? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell.
Yes.
Gary Williams.
Yes.
Brian Ruling.
Yes.
Bobby Sherman.
Yes.
James Freeland.
Yes.
Bill Hatfield.
Yes.
Doris Dodson.
Yes.
Ronnie Land.
Yes.
Jeff Gardner.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
David Cartwright.
Yes.
Jim Dishman.
Yes.
Frank Silver.
Yes.
Clint Hood.
Yes.
David Hudson.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
and Jeff Baker.
Yes.
Resolution 771 hereby passes. If you guys out in the audience have not been here before, and Jimmy, especially you can't hear anything in here. It'll protect you from COVID, but I have to go by visuals. So anyway, Chairman Barker.
All right. And the last resolution to complete the budget was Resolution 772, ARP appropriation, and this was a motion from the Budget Committee to accept this resolution.
You've heard the motion. Do I hear a second? Have a second from Mr. Silver. Any questions, comments? Madam Clerk?
Chester Shell,
Yes.
Gary Williams,
Yes.
Brian Ruby,
Yes.
Bobby Sherman,
Yes.
James Freeman,
Yes.
Bill Hatfield.
Yes.
Phyllis Johnson,
Yes.
Ronnie Land,
Yes.
Jeff Barger,
Yes.
Paul Pound,
No. Yes.
David Cartwright,
Yes.
Jim Dishman,
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Clint Hood,
Yes.
David Hudson,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
Jeff Baker.
Yes.
Resolution 772 is hereby approved. Now this concludes the adoption process for the 22-23 proposed budget. So we will send this off to the comptroller's office in the next day or two, get that confirmation. They'll give us the okay letter, hopefully within the next 30 days.
Mr. Chairman, can I take just a moment?
Absolutely.
All right. I do want to take a moment to thank the Budget Committee and the full commission. You guys were attentive. Even if you weren't on the Budget Committee, a lot of y'all came by and listened in and gave input. This was a very good collaboration with the entire commission. And in this budget, you guys ought to be proud. There's no tax increase, as I said earlier. Employees got a 5% increase in pay. We increased the fire departments to $25,000 apiece. Funded term life insurance and teledoc for county employees, for every full-time county employee at zero cost. So I want to thank the Budget Committee, and she's not out here, but Brenda and Keith and Nisha and the entire county commission for support and working through all this.
Thank you, Chairman Barton.
A lot of money. And the school system.
And the highway.
And the highway.
It's those potholes.
That's because there's still potholes in front of my house.
Just be glad you're in there.
Up next is the county executive to address the commission. I only have one thing. We've got an election on August the 4th coming up. Early voting has started. Please vote. Your vote counts. So go do that. Appointment of notaries,
Yes,
Madam
sir.
Clerk.
We have three, Jakey Cooley, Stacy Renee Smith, and Vivian Johnson.
Motion to approve. Have a motion from Jimbo, a second from Ronnie Land. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, hearing none. Appointment of notaries hereby passes. Any comments from any of the commissioners? It's now your time to speak.
Keith, will we have a special call in August after the election for swearing in or anything?
Madam Clerk has set the date. I forget what that is. It's in August,
16th,
the 16th of August.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock is here at the courthouse.
Or
So,
we can come by the office.
or you can come by the office.
He said 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
On the 16th?
On the 16th.
AM or PM?
Are we sure all the votes will be counted by then?
Yes, Sequatchie County, yes, they will be.
Could there be a recap?
If you want to come at 5 a.m., I will charge extra.
Go ahead, start a waiver.
Well, we know Atlanta and Philadelphia have trouble counting votes. We just wondered if it'd be the
I
same
trust
here.
these people here.
Okay.
You know, the more I sit here, the more I appreciate Joyce and June Dishman, the ladies in the crowd.
speaking of the glass, what will it take to take that down?
Amen.
A hammer?
Listen, some of the judges and COVID's coming back pretty heavy, so it's not gonna be me that takes it down. I'll just keep shouting.
That's our courthouse there, boss.
Respectfully,
If we come in and adjust our courthouse.
Counselor, tell them how this works with these judges. Do I have to? All right. Good night. You guys did an excellent job on the budget, Mr. Hudson.
I motion that we adjourn.
We have a motion. Do I hear a second? We stand adjourned.